want you to listen to She Matters a Lot. Please, can you call your friends, your neighbors, you have an enemy called love is giving. You may give without loving, but there's no way you will love without giving. Can you just stretch the hand? Have you seen rain actually falling on the people that are godly and the ungodly? The nature of God is the nature of love. We call it agape, the God kind of love. That's what he demonstrated to us when Jesus died and gave himself for us. So please, please and please tell your neighbor, your friends, your acquaintances, really just help me to do a broadcast and tell everybody around to listen to this program, because another dimension of She Matters is here today. It's going to be wonderful, it's going to be powerful, it's going to be insightful. It takes understanding to stand, it takes understanding to be outstanding. And of course, I'm not alone here in the studio alone, but I'm still just going to keep it covered until I get to where I'm going to allow my guests to come in to the studio. Now, I have been thinking, and I'm getting a little bit, of course, every time I come here with body, it's becoming worrisome, it's becoming unbearable, what I see in the society. It scares me. As a matter of fact, I was somewhere ministering yesterday, and I said the next generation scares me. I'm so scared that I'm almost saying that God should the world should just close. Let's go home. Because honestly speaking, values are no more given to anyone. I remember I was preaching today in the church. I said, when my children were growing, you dare not talk about men of God in our house. We don't talk negative of people, especially men of God. But today, you just see people that they are not anywhere, and they just open their mouth, they just talk anyhow. They're not even afraid. I live in a generation that people are not afraid anymore. They're not afraid to kill, they're not afraid to cheat, they're not just scared. And I'm wondering, what is the root cause of this? If you listen to me last week, I was saying some things that are very deep. And honestly speaking, I will not lie to you. The calls that I receive and the text messages have answered about 50 to 100. And I know some people are listening to me now. I'm sure if you have an opportunity to call, say, madam, you've not even touched my case. You've not even said anything. A lady just sent me a mail, almost, I'm not exaggerating, about 2 pages of her life. And all of us, like I said, we stem from a family system. And this issue of family system, I want to flog it and beat it and smash it and crush it, because if we don't handle it, we are joking. We are basically an accident that is about to happen. Because listen, you cannot give what you don't have. Somebody said, if you're going to give me a cloth, I will look at the one you're wearing. I've changed my slogan. You can't give me the one, I won't look at the one you're wearing. I will go to your house, check your wardrobe, whether you did not borrow that clothes to party, because people borrow clothes to party, especially abroad. Well, it doesn't happen in Nigeria, because man, if you buy anything in any shop and you don't want it again, you enjoy it, they won't change it. But abroad, you can actually go to the mall or a store, buy a very expensive dress, wear it, borrow it to party, keep the tag, use body spray instead of perfume, and you return it and they take it and put your money back into your credit card. So I don't want to be manipulated or cajoled by, look at what the clothes you're wearing. I will check your wardrobe, whether you did not borrow that clothes to party, because people borrow clothes to party. So you cannot give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. And I notice that parents, especially this new generation, 23, 24, 25 and above, below, serious matter. We are living, everyone is captured, captivated, everything is about, going on the internet. There's no life, there's no depth. I remember 30-something drama, music, I'm saying my own. I used to tell people, I said it yesterday, I said, it's only your friend that tells you that your mouth is smelling. I keep saying my own, I keep working this place. However worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this. I worship you. I worship you. Miracle working, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is with miracle working, promise keeper, light in the darkness. That is who you are. Here, touching every heart. I worship you. Worship you. You are here, here in every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are turning on you. I worship you. You are here, mending every. I worship you. I worship you. It's the way, it's the way maker. It's the light in the darkness. The man, the light. When his light shines, darkness does not run. He has no choice. Darkness. Welcome you back to Shima's city of Ibadan. Like I said, I'm a guest in the house. But we'll see how it goes, because not in the next 20, 25 years in this generation, if the Lord tarries, it's going to be serious. I was telling my son lately, I said, if you are telling them, carry it on, then woman, I'm menstruating, I can be pregnant. It's beyond that. Help me to fight and understand the weight and the magnitude of job, and pray that God will help you. I have a guest in the house. This is a medical. It is the city of. He has a vision to help people who are laboring under emotional and behavioral illness. He's a severally psychologist, a doctor that tells us about our mental state. When you see a young man a straight naked, or suddenly you begin to talk to yourself, actually, you want to die, you're suicidal, things just happen to you, is contain the things that go in life. I have a professional in the house. He's a committed Christian. He's a super biker, and he's a Christian, serving God, doing well. Ask that child, is your mom still mad at me? Or the dad will say, is your mom will say, is your dad still mad at me? and we begin to toss the children, and before you know it, personality or emotional behavior is setting and it becomes sickness. The name of my doctor is Dr. Adekomade. And by profession, I may not mention the name of the hospital, but when we are done, if you want to get in touch with him, you can. Doctor, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're welcome. It's a Sunday of video and television because it's just coming from Abeokuta. I have it to do the same thing. I have to. We just met some. I knew that he needs to do for me because this is the line of my heart and my thoughts in helping people to be mentally ill people. City of Ibadan, maybe you don't even know what they have. So some of you have to travel out of Ibadan. We have in Ibadan also. Doctor, I need to know, why do people behavioral sickness? What's the root of? Maybe I should start with that. The root.
Yeah, thank you, Reverend. Now I want to about the tripartite in the spirit, the soul, and then the body. When we have a malfunctioning in any of those things, because each one is not a component. Each one needs to be there for someone to be healthy. The soul needs to be healthy, the body needs to be healthy, the spirit needs to be healthy for one to say that person is a healthy individual. Now, the body can be sick. The brain, which is the seat of the mind, may have a problem during the formation when the sperm is the egg and then it starts to the and then the cells start to migrate to form the brain, the spine, the muscles, and all of that. There could have been problems along that path. Also, apart from the migration problems, there could be connection problems. One cell not connecting with the other cell properly. And that will lead to maybe structural abnormalities or imbalances in the chemicals that the brain needs to function properly. So that deals with the body part of the human being. The other part of it is when the mind becomes overwhelmed, the circumstances that the human being faces, it can decide to give way. And that's where we start talking about things like depression or psychosis. The mind just goes out of tangents, where the path it should follow. And then we have the last component that, even though science tries to say that it's not proven, it's not reliable, but we see it happening all the time, which is the spirit of the person is troubled. The person is not likely.
Very good student. Be overwhelming when things happen, flood your mind, and this mind. They said the mind does not have bone. That's what they say in our language, that heart or mind doesn't have bones. So if anything happens and if make it, the mind, then also they said it could be very, very spiritual. I think we should put the spiritual dimension to a place now, and let's talk about life. Recently, I have questions. I have no. Let me just pick one. The lady just called me severally. I've not been able to answer her because my hands are. She did have a child. She's over 50. If you're talking about a man, men can always medicate their pain. A man that is not having children, and everybody rub it in to her nose and everywhere that you're a married woman, you're this, you're that, and it's becoming very. She says she's always drinking herself to stupor. Now, doctor, what to a situation where which people get too overwhelmed about their situations. Like some are really weak, they are not really strong, but some.
This is the type. Now, using the example of the lady that couldn't have a child, and the whole thing got to her, and she started taking alcohol, and now probably is now an alcoholic from what you described it. Now, when you look at that kind of woman, the society expects that every woman should have a child.
Mm-hmm.
The family expects that a woman, the female members of that family should get married, they should have children. To go contrary to those expectations, they mean a lot of negative vibes being sent your way. Such as negative comments, you being ridiculed. I've read a woman who was told that she's a single mother, and then on the WhatsApp forum for the women in her group, somebody said, I'm having a birthday party for my child, and it's only women with husbands that can bring their kids. Imagine that kind of thing, being thrown at someone, and without consideration of how the person will take it in, or even consideration of the circumstances that led to her being a single mother. I think sometimes the savagery that we exhibit sometimes leads people to have mental health issues. Now, the thing here is we need to strengthen people psychologically to be able to accept their past, live comfortably with their future, and have an expectation. Live comfortably with their present, and then have an expectation for their future. Reasonable expectations, consider within what they can grasp. So when we do that, they are most likely going to be better at coping with the challenges of life. Another thing is we must let the society know that people should be left to choose their own path in life, and if a chance untoward events happen to them, like the single mother or the lady that couldn't have a child, we shouldn't rub it in their faces. We shouldn't ridicule them because of that, because it really, some of this is just the grace of God. Nobody sets out to be a single mother. Nobody sets out to be barren.
Nobody sets out to be a divorcee. Nobody sets out to. Sometimes you sit and you ask, I didn't plan
this.
Yeah.
Everybody grows up having a dream of having a happy family, a good career, and all of that. But sometimes things don't happen that way, and it's not because we are always. We're not totally in control of our circumstances. There are so many things that come to play in our life, and so we should let people understand that as they're growing up, everything will just be rosy. There may be some bumps along the way, and we need to strengthen them to be able to handle these bumps that come along the way. So the society needs to be reorientated, as well as the family needs to be reorientated to know that these are realities. We should stop hiding away from things. To let people know, what? Yes, you may have had these plans, but then it can go any which way.
Now, so many things is flooding my heart as you are talking, because I do a lot of thinking. Well, thinking makes a man, and I'm still trusting that maybe I'll be able to take some calls, to just have people ask questions. Doctor, we've talked about the spiritual dimension. I remember story. I was telling them on air that the day I'm privileged to share my story, some people will just be saying it's not true. But whatever I've been through in life, I always have proofs and evidences and all of that. I remember when I was growing up, I didn't know my dad, I only grew my mom. And one day I wanted my dad, because every child's father is their hero. Right. When people go to school, they talk about their dad, and all of that. So I was really, really wanted to have a father figure, someone I could really call a dad. But the person was no dad was there to say I'm her daughter. So I remember those days, there was a time I just wanted to commit suicide. I mixed cement. My mother was building a house, and I just mixed, the cement, and I wanted to drink it. But one of my sisters came in, I'm sure she had forgotten now, and she said, Funke, what's your problem? You want to kill yourself? I said, I need to see my father. I want to meet my father. And, a lot of stories which, I'll be bringing up later. But, after I gave my life to Christ, that's where I'm going, because we talk about the spirit, soul, and body. We are tripartite being. When you are born again, when your spirit man that is born again, your soul or your mind, the seat of your struggle is not born again. I remember when I gave my life to Christ and I got into a storm that I did not expect. It was a rude shock. When they say rude, shock is rude, it was very rude. I didn't know that that suicidal thing that was there before I became born again was still sitting somewhere. I remember in one of the episodes of my storm, I was cutting myself with a knife. I wanted to kill myself. I was tearing my clothes. And come on, listen, doctor, I'm a believer. My husband met me preaching. I've been born again for 33 years. And that was maybe my 15th year of being saved, or maybe 20 years. I didn't know that that thing was seated there. And that's why you're wondering. But this person, recently, one of the sons of the man that wrote this beautiful book, or devotional book, Purpose Driven Life. Do you know that his son committed suicide? Yes,
Wow.
it's check it on the internet. Is required. His son committed suicide, and you're wondering, these people are saved, and that's why you said something that we need to look at. You said we have a spirit, we have a soul, we are in the body. The soul will be, if you're not careful and you don't quickly salvage your emotional struggle, the devil can take it off, and you can just lose your mind and kill yourself and all of that. I've seen people that kill. Recently, you notice there's this guy in America, I've forgotten the name now, that just went into a hotel and committed suicide. There's another lady that is so wealthy and rich, is worth millions of dollars, and suddenly she just killed herself. Now, being a doctor, a mental, a psychiatric doctor, what are the roots of all of this that makes people to just want to take their life, or want to, I've talked about drinking and smoking and all of that, but taking life, just want to die, especially now that things are very, very tough in this country. People are tired, and that's the gospel truth.
We see with regards to people committing suicide, I mean, it's not so easy for a person to get to the point where he or she chooses to take his or her own life. Oftentimes, the pathway would have been, it would have started a long time ago, and there would have been a gradual decline into depression. Having this persistent feeling of sadness, losing interest in things, feeling worthless, feeling guilty about minor events that may have taken place in the past, and then gradually the person becomes very alone. Let me use the word alone. I don't want to use the word lonely. Becomes alone. It might be in the midst of people all of the time, but he feels alone. I mean, for anyone that has suffered depression, they'll be able to identify with this.
Yeah.
You're in the midst of people. You're
alone in the crowd.
In the crowd, yes, alone in the crowd, and everything becomes a struggle. Sleep, even to sleep at night. As the night is approaching, the person becomes more anxious, because he knows that in the next few hours everybody will go to sleep except him or her. He's still going to stay awake, and then it gets to a point where it's. I mean, he was a very successful media practitioner,
exactly.
A multi-millionaire in every ramification. But with all of that, there was still no meaning to his life. There was still no meaning to his
fulfillment.
life. No sense of fulfillment.
Exactly.
And all that. So, at the point, I just felt, what, I've done all of this, and let me just end it and get away from this pain, because it's a real pain. I mean, it's a dark place to be. A dark place where there is no hope of light. And at the point, then just feels, let me just leave this world. Let me seek relief in death. That's why the person comes to, and then the person commits suicide. Sometimes people don't even know they can get help.
That's the point.
For depression.
That's the
point.
That's
even if they are aware of the fact that they are depressed. They just know that this thing happens to them. I saw a young man in his 30s doing very well in his career. He's married, he's got 2 kids, and he called me about 2 months ago that you handle things like this. I said yes, and then I didn't hear from him again. Only for him to call me one morning and say, "Are you around? I need to see you now." He says he's been having these episodic feelings of sadness, irritability, and just not wanting to continue, and it's because of family problems. He calls with his wife when he's in that state. Then the state passes for a few more weeks, and then it comes back again. And you see, if a lot of people are like that, they feel this feeling of.
Sorry to cut you. Yes. Sometimes we spiritualize some of these things.
Yes, I'll get to that. I'll get to that. Now, if he was a Christian, or
that is spiritual,
you'd probably be going to church,
or prayer person,
attending all night service vigils, going for miracle services, going for all the kind of programs that's trying to find a solution to his problem. if he's not a Christian, but he's aware of the spiritual realm of life, he probably go to spiritualists and all in a bid to get help for his problem. And the more he seeks help and things are not getting better, the more he feels that there's no hope again. His situation is so bad, and then eventually the person gets to the point where he says, "No, I'm gonna kill myself," and then that starts with the plan. He starts to look for a way to do it. If it's somebody that's very concerned about his family, they want to travel out of town and kill himself somewhere where nobody really knows him. That's why some people go to a hotel and do it in a hotel. So these are some of the things that happens in a person that is depressed. Another aspect of it is for those who commit suicide, this issue of psychosis, where people are hearing voices, they have abnormal beliefs, you're a worthless person, you don't have any business being in this world, you're just consuming oxygen and all of that. And eventually they commit suicide. For the young folks, the teenagers and young adults who commit suicide, we fail to identify depression in young people because their own depression does not usually present the way adults present depression. An adult that has depression will probably not be engaging in tasks anymore, keeping to himself. But a child will be acting out. That's when you see them, driving recklessly, drinking, engaging in dangerous behavior, getting into fights and all of that.
Having to put on a tattoo, do something, just go crazy.
Exactly. So
like that.
So we fail to identify it in them until one day the child kills himself. I say, oh, he's an outgoing person. He's really, everybody likes, everybody knows him. But the young man or young girl was dealing with depression all this while and was never identified.
Does he have age range?
Usually, we say depression is of middle age, but then we can have it happening in adolescents as well.
Especially now, there's a case. I'm just trying to quote that the parents are very rich, extremely rich, and one day he just called the parent and said, "Mom, is it true that we are poor?" And the first thing that came to his head or something, start to drink and smoke and take marijuana, get into drugs, and today his mental state is off,
Yeah, so really, even though it is the disease of middle age, we know that children can have depression.
Especially when the child is being pampered and loved, and suddenly
everything is taken away from him. But then, let's look at it. It's the brain that is diseased.
Thank you.
It's the brain that is diseased. So once you have a brain, no matter the age of that brain, it can happen. It can happen. So there is the depression that is caused by external circumstances, such as the example you just gave. When there was a downturn in the family's finances. Then there's the other one that the brain has been diseased right from the time of production when it was produced. And as the person is growing older, when certain parts of the brain are called upon to function, then it fails because those parts are already, and that's why even the medication we use for treating depression is trying to help part of some of the brain chemicals to come to the optimal level of the brain functioning.
Wow, this is She Matters with Olufunke. Oh my God, this program is like time is not with me at all, and I really want to make some calls. But let me say this before we go on this music break. Short one, then we'll come back to pick one. It just sounds like 15 minutes to go. Oh my God, how time flies. If you're not ashamed, what helped me to treat my depression that time was I just told myself, if I'm not ashamed to use glasses, if I'm not ashamed to take analgesic when I have body pain, I shouldn't be ashamed to treat my brain. If you are not ashamed to take your fever medication
or your antihypertensives,
thank you. You should not be ashamed to treat your brain. I'm grateful that I was able to jack out of it. Now I have become a wounded healer. There's nothing like, I really want to live more, to touch more lives and all of that. But that time, I was ready to take my life and just get out of here. So I had to seek medical help. And today, if I didn't tell you, you are hearing it as a testimony now. It means that brain can be treated, depression can be treated, anxiety, psychosis, any mental issue can be treated on time. Because I remember you made a statement when I had to get a patient to you. You said the sickness has been there for a very long time and it is not treated. Can I say to all our listeners this afternoon that a stitch in time saves nine? Welcome to She Matters. Let's go on this music break. After the music break, we'll take some calls. Please don't contribute. All I want you to do is to ask questions so that we can quickly finish. We just have like 15 minutes to leave. Thank you for listening.
Same God who was there for you in the midnight hour is the same God who is able to wipe your tears away. Is the same God who was there in time of black and white. Is the same God. Is Jehovah my great provider? Tell me why you're giving up on God. Tell me why you're giving up on Him. Tell me why you're giving up on God.
How do you when you say the one of the you know you just have a ṣáà ní lọ sí bọ́ọ̀dì jókòó làwọn ti bọ̀ ọ́ ẹ máa lọ láyé fún mi ẹ̀kẹ́ ọ̀gá kan tí wọ́n á bẹ̀ náà ọ̀gá tí wọ́n á bẹ̀ náà you are part of fresh báwo bọ́lájà ṣe kàn ní yọjú bẹ̀ when you enter the place doors open you are a woman of grace grace abound.
You are a woman of grace. When you enter there, doors will open. Only if you enter there, you are woman of grace. And when you enter there, doors will open.
Welcome back to She Matters with Olufunke on Fresh FM 105.9, the city of Ibadan. Once again, to say a very big thank you to all our listeners. Don't worry, I'm not speaking Yoruba because I'm thinking so fast. I'm thinking of what we can do. And we want to congratulate the CEO of this station because we have a branch now in Abeokuta. Probably we just go to Abeokuta for Yoruba She Matters. I don't know, I'm still thinking. Thank you so much for listening to me. Yes, if you want to ask questions, the numbers to call is 080-3232-1059. I have callers already. 080-3232-1059 or 080-77.
We can when you want to, when you think somebody has anxiety and depression or either one, the first thing to do.
Hello, go ahead. Yeah, the doctor is answering you.
The first thing. Hello, can you hear me?
Please, you can turn off your radio while you listen, so that we'll have you start. Oh, we lost that. Go ahead, doctor.
So, like, you get the person to the hospital where they have a mental health care facility. There are a few hospitals all over the place. So they will assess the person, assess the level of the disability in the person, and then they will be able to fashion out.
So you are using disability for the brain too?
Yes.
Okay, good.
So they will be able to fashion out a treatment plan that will work for the individual patient. No two patients are alike, despite having the same kind of illness, because their circumstances are not usually alike. So they'll be able to fashion out a customized care specific for that person. So you need to get the person to a hospital.
So the solution is that get a professional. Don't just go anywhere. You know, when you have prayed and prayed and prayed and you are not still stable, can you just get a medical help?
If I will always say go to hospital and be praying at the same time.
Thank you.
Don't delay. Because the longer the illness stays, the worse the prognosis becomes.
Thank you. Because you said it that this person has been ill for a very long time. And the moment that thing is there, it gets worse. It's like when you have maybe you have weak claw or something.
Don't treat it. It's just going to keep festering.
Oh my God. Let's take another call. 080-3232-1059. Otiwale, yes, Otiwale. But please, thank you, sir. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
The program she wanted is very interactive, program.
Thank you, sir.
Very important.
Thank you, sir.
Please, what is the difference between drug abuse and drug misuse? Then, is the good for people to read books with nescape?
Okay, yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. That question is deep. Recently they had to stop some, codeine,
Yeah,
some ban them because
condemn.
it's becoming addictive. Now, thank you. Because I remember when I was reading, actually, when I started ministry, I've written 50 books. I was taking a lot of coffee, but I noticed that I was becoming. Go ahead, you're a doctor. That's your job.
Now, when we say the drug abuse, I mean, we're talking about is a term that covers a whole lot of things. If you're taking drugs that are prescribed wrongly, if you're taking alcohol, if you're taking illegal drugs like marijuana, cocaine, we put all that in drug abuse. Then the misuse of drugs. Let me give you an example. A person A goes to a hospital and is given, says he has a leg pain, is given a particular drug. And then at home, another person develops leg pain. And then A says, no, take this is medicine I was given. That's a misuse of drug. Because the doctor who gave you the drug knew why he was giving that particular drug. This other person may be having leg pain from another cause. So you may not even need to take drugs at all for it, or may need to take another kind of drug. So people use these two terms, drug abuse and drug misuse, interchangeably. But really, it's drug abuse, essentially using drugs that are not prescribed for the purpose for which they are not prescribed, or taking drugs and other substances when you shouldn't be taking them. If somebody has a liver problem, he's not supposed to take alcohol. If you take alcohol, then that is alcohol abuse. So abuse is when you know you're supposed to be taking something and then you start to take it or you continue to take it despite having problems with it. If you have if sometimes it can be a relationship problem, a couple that's always having fights because the husband drinks and the husband persists in drinking. That is alcohol abuse as well. Or the person's business is not doing well because instead of opening the shop at 8 o'clock, he opens it at 10 o'clock because he has hangover from yesterday's drinking. And that person is abusing alcohol. So abuse occurs when there's a problem with the person's functioning, or there's a problem with the person's physical or mental health, occasioned by the use of that drug or that substance. So you say that person is abusing that substance. Then the other part is when you use the drug when it has not been prescribed for that purpose, which comes to the things like when people take codeine because they want to sleep. Codeine is not a sleeping tablet, so that's an abuse of codeine. So,
then I asked about the question. The next question was, what about using
the caffeine
coffee to read?
You see, caffeine is a stimulant. In low doses, it is tolerable, and you find it in many things that we take, like Coca-Cola. There is a little bit of caffeine, yeah. But when you now take a large dose of it persistently, so for you to be able to function, that means you now have a caffeine dependence, and that also is fraught with its own challenges because you're overstimulating your nervous system, which at the end of the day may become overwhelmed, and they start having tremors.
Yeah, that was what happened to me.
You're having tremors. Even when you want to sleep, you can't sleep. You become irritable. You may even develop some anxiety symptoms. You may become fearful and all of that because you have been overloading your system with caffeine.
Thank you, doctor. Okay, let's take another call because it's like this 1 hour. Hello, please, if you are calling up, hello. Thank you for calling.
Yeah, I want to ask a question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
My name is a medication. Is it among the drugs?
Yes, basically, not even. I mean, as a layperson, I will let you know that if anything is wrong with you, can you just go and see a professional? I know because sometimes because of the finances and all of that. Like doctor said, so we said we have a private hospital and we have a public hospital. It's better for you to get to a doctor. At that time, if you notice lately, if there are no prescriptions, they don't even give you drugs in pharmacy because it's not good enough. And I know doctor wants to say something, but in my own layman's way, I think the best bit is to say.
The way you say self-medication, that is it good? I mean, why would you self-medicate in the first place? One, you are not trained in medicine or even in pharmacy, so you don't really know exactly why this medication is being prescribed for this purpose. So it's always important, like we said earlier on, the longer a disease stays, the worse it becomes. Now, when you self-medicate, you may be delaying your access to treatment, appropriate treatment for that ailment. I've seen people who have depression who will go to a pharmacy or a chemist and ask for a sleeping tablet because part of the symptoms of depression is not sleeping. And then they will give them whatever they have, and then they continue, and so things get worse for them before they eventually they start crying or trying to commit suicide is when they now go to hospital. But then a lot of things will have happened in their lives. So it's
Doctor, something just came to my mind now that is extremely strong. I want to speak to all the business pioneers. I think most of them, they have issues of sleeping because they have so much they are harmed, and some of them even take food stimulants. They want to be full so that they can sleep, and they're adding weight. Is there anything you can tell them to do? Because most business pioneers, they don't rest because they want to pay salaries, their mind is full of a lot of things, their blood pressure is going haywire, and they can't be balanced in the area of their health and emotional stability. And before Jack, you see them having woken up with a stroke or something at the end of the day, especially if you're a pioneer, you own your business, you're a teacher, I mean, not a teacher, maybe a doctor, you own your hospital, or you are a pastor, you are running your ministry. How do they please handle their emotional life and physical life so that they will not end up having to treat liver and treat kidney and just break down and not fulfilling their destiny?
See, there's something they say, this popular saying that Rome was not built in a day. See, every business grows. The child that's going to become a doctor was once will be a baby, then be a toddler, then be a young child. The same way with businesses grow gradually. Then another thing that I see that challenges most business owners or entrepreneurs is not having enough knowledge, enough business knowledge, or even.
Hello. Please move away from your radio. Sir. Good afternoon. Sir. Thank you. Go ahead with your question. We have not done anything. I know. I will try. Thank you. We'll come back. Let's see how it goes. I was going to say, but I didn't want to. I want to let's discuss it behind the camera before I make a commitment that I'm going to bring him back. But definitely, he has to come back because this is an issue, and the system we are in now. Hello. Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Where are you calling from? Okay, sir. Go ahead with your question.
Every night before the station,
the person is sound. He cannot sleep without sleep drugs. Is there any side effect?
You see, the thing here is if people cannot sleep, there are many reasons why people may not be able to sleep. It's important that you seek professional help. Let's identify the cause of that sleeplessness, and then we now give you the treatment that we. Some of these sleeplessness don't even need medication. There's something called sleep hygiene, which is treating sleep disorders without taking medication.
Sleep hygiene. Okay.
So that's so we do that as well. Then, if there are no identifiable causes of that sleeplessness, we do a sleep hygiene for the sufferer.
Whatever is going on in your mind that's making the person not to sleep, there's no way you can try to uproot it. If you uproot the root, you must still have the green leaves on the tree, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know that it's a matter of time they live with that. So let's go to that is addicted to taking sleeping medication has to get a help. Like I said, if you want to get back to me on this program, call me on. If you, I see a lot of missed calls, but we apologize. We're running out of time. Vincent Eda is telling me I got to go. Just send me a text on 080 232 42389. 080 232 42389. Doctor, just one parting word, then I'll drop my window.
Now, I'd like to advise everyone that whatever you're going through, always remember that there is a passing phase. There's always something that can be done for a situation to make it better. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your family members.
Mm.
Seek help, seek information. We say we're in the information age. Just go on the internet, look up these things. Walk into a hospital, talk to people that are knowledgeable, like Reverend Funke, and then they'll be able to direct you to where you can get appropriate help. That way, you will enjoy a good life.
Well, on behalf of the C of this station, I want to say very big thank you to Ade for coming on this program. I really appreciate your contribution. That was deep. I mean, for someone to call him in and say, let's have him back, I think we need to have him back. I want to say a big thank you to Evangelist Nkajo Ayefele, and of course, that is having his 40th birthday today, Abolade Yusuf, Abolade Salami. I want to say congratulations once again. Of course, Crossfire is just knocking at the door. The big bro is on his way. I'm sure he's around. I saw him just now. I want to say very big thank you to all our listeners. To Olulande, thank you. Vincent Teda, thank you. This is Shimata's Olufunke. Thank you so much for listening to me. By the grace of God, I'll see you next week. God bless you and see you at the top. And Happy New Month. August 7th is my birthday, so just don't call me, text me. Thank you. Thank you.
Kí ni ò jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ ní